Hi, and welcome back. Today's episode, we're gonna do a small walkthrough with your 928, your Strosek, and all the background story about the car, because it has some decent story.
Yeah, it's actually an old Porsche 928S, which was bought from Germany. It had some small accident on the Autobahn. I think it rolled quite many times, so it was in really, really bad shape when it came. But it came to Sweden, and it was bought by this guy, Våge Sörman. Back in the days, he was quite interested in many different cars and started building things. And he actually renovated the whole car. It was totally damaged when it came.
It was that bad?
Yeah, it was really bad. It made some turns on the Autobahn, and this was actually bought by an old gentleman. It's actually sat in his garage from '92. So something happened with the car, it didn't work. So they put it in storage, and it sat there until 2018. Then that I got a hold of the car. He bought it really, really cheap. And from what you can see on the car, like usual when car stands, gaskets was bad, hoses, everything was needed to be changed. But he actually sprung the car back to life. And during this period when he was renovating the car, he had a damage because he was driving up on these ramps. Yeah. And then he pushed the throttle a little bit too hard, and then the ramp went under the car. So it went damaged, and then he tried to find someone that could take on to fix the car because it's quite special and insurance and so on. So he actually called to Din Bil, which is the quite big Mercedes dealer, or he sells a lot of cars, but mainly Mercedes. What happened was that the guy in the counter actually said, "I think that I know who actually built this car." So then, yeah, all right, that sounds good. And then this guy called back, which was Våge Sörman. He said that you have my old car. So he actually fixed the insurance damage on the car. And when I bought the car, I was like, okay, I can somewhat remember this guy's name, Våge, because it's not that common. So I called him and said that I think that I have your old car. And he told me, yeah, this is my old car. And he actually has a painting in his own workshop with this car, especially, that has been hanging there since '87. Like I said, an '84, and it's been driven, I think, 120,000 kilometers since new.
Yeah, it's not that much.
So it's basically nothing. But I think that we should actually take a drive with the car, because you have a really special car as well.
Yeah, I have like a sibling.
Yeah, a transaxle team, so to say.
Yeah, one of the last ones made is a 968. It's a Clubsport from the beginning. Now it's a Clubsport still, but there's not much original left with the car. So it's a track day themed car.
I think that we can take that car over to your place and take a look at your car.
Yeah, it'll be good for it to get outside a little bit.
928 to visit more or less the relative to that car.
Yeah.
Quite different, I would say. Full-on Autobahn racer to full-on race car, more or less.
This car came to Sweden in the end of the 90s. It's 1993, and it went to a company that used it to do endurance races. And later on, they started renting out the car for endurance racing teams, driven down to a pretty bad condition. Then it was sold to Denmark to a guy who couldn't maintain it. Then one day it popped up an ad and I saw it. I usually drive a lot when I'm on track, and I was thinking that it's more suitable to have a non-turbocharged engine. Then I went ahead and bought this car, but it was in a terrible condition when I picked it up. So you could pretty much say that everything on this car is redone. It had the LS engine mounted, it had the Öhlin chassis also mounted, and basically all of the rest of the car was just crap.
I remember when you bought the car, you said more or less that, okay, there's an engine, there's a chassis.
Yeah.
I have the 944. If the car is too bad, we will actually swap the engine from one car to another and then take the suspension and the chassis over to that car.
Yeah.
But I can remember that you started to be quite anxious to fix this car.
Yeah.
And then you ended up in a situation where, point of no return, you had to fix it.
Made a decision that it was good enough to rebuild. We started tearing it down, and it was an older roll cage, the one that everybody fitted back in the days. It was not suitable for me.
Was it a bolted cage?
It was a bolted case, and it was a dash dodger type of cage.
Yeah.
Which I personally hate. I removed it and we started with a new cage. This build was going to take a little bit more time than I intentionally wanted to, so I outsourced some parts. The roll cage is one of them. Almost done with the roll cage. We were supposed to connect the front struts.
Yeah, the struts, yeah.
Yeah, we started to notice that something was off. And then we noticed that this strut was pushed in like 9 or 11 millimeters or something. By that time, we had already gone too far.
Yeah.
So I had to take the engine out and had it straightened out. Once the engine was out, I could just as well paint the engine bay, and it just kept rolling.
And one thing led to another. I think that what you have done here is it's amazing. I can have some opinions by utilizing an American engine into a German car.
Yeah, it's not my choice of engine.
But it's a really, really good package, and the lap times that you are doing with this car is quite amazing.
There's some small things left to do. So this winter there's overhauling on the gearbox. This car is running a 944 turbo 5-speed gearbox.
Yeah, because they come with 6-speed, the Clubsport one.
Yeah, all 968s are 6 speeds.
Yeah.
But the final gear is the same. So
No,
yeah, it's
no
basically
difference.
yeah, it's you have to work more with the 6-speed.
Yeah.
And with this engine, with all this torque and this big power band, so there's no.
Doesn't make any sense.
No, this car runs the M030 brakes.
All right, yeah.
And they're not really suitable for upgrade because the knuckles are very specific for those. So I had to get the basic knuckles, and then I had adapters and stuff made for bigger discs and bigger calipers. Basically an upgrade for 997 C4S.
All right, so what you're going from like a 320 diameter to.
From 310 to 350 millimeters,
Okay,
and also floating discs.
That will be a huge difference.
Yeah, they overheated like in 4 laps or something, so it's been an issue. The suspension has been in for overhaul also. I got the front ones refitted, the rear ones are still here. I wait until I get the gearbox up. 100% road legal, because in Sweden you can have it registered as the kind of redone vehicle.
Something like a hobby vehicle, more or less. So when will it be back on the road?
In April, because I can't remember, is it 24th or 5th something of April? We're going to first track for a year.
Yeah.
So by then it will absolutely be done. Hopefully 2 weeks before, so I can
Test drive it.
have some kilometers in it before.
It would be going to be a really nice thing because we will bring a couple of cars to that event.
Yeah.
So my wife's Honda Civic.
Yeah.
I will bring my car, which will be a surprise later on, and this one will be brought as well. Really interesting to compare this with the other cars that we are bringing.
Yeah.
Because I think that even if I got a quite potent car, I think that with me as a driver and you as a driver in this, I think that you will drive past me quite easily.